Hello and welcome to the Sideboard this weekend from the SCG Open in Columbus. I'm Patrick Sullivan, joined by one of the stars of the SCG Tour, recent representative of Team USA at the Magic World Cup, Kevin Jones.
How's it going?
I'm doing well, how are you?
Not too bad.
So to the surprise of no one, you've decided to play a Jeskai deck this weekend with some flash elements.
USA.
But this is the Saheeli Rai Feldon Guardian combo. So walk me through sort of the core elements of this deck.
So the combo shell is four Felidar Guardians and 4 Saheeli Rai, and the combo works by, it doesn't actually matter what order you play them in, like Splinter Twin did. You would have to play Deceiver Exarch and then put Splinter Twin on it. You can play either piece first, and then you minus Saheeli Rai to copy Felidar Guardian. It makes a Ghost 1/4, and the 1/4 blinks Saheeli with the comes into play ability, resetting its loyalty, and you no longer it's a new Planeswalker according to the rules, so you can just use it again, and you just copy Felidar Guardian again, ad nauseum, and just keep going and going and going. And you can do it either way, and you can even do it when Saheeli's on one counter, because you can play Guardian from your hand, reset the Saheeli, and then start.
Okay, so that gets us 8 of the 60 cards.
Yeah.
So how do you fill out from there?
There's 4 Anticipates to smooth out your draws and let me be greedy and play only 25 lands. There's 4 Glimmer of Genius, which is one of the best cards because they often leave up spot removal, and when they leave up spot removal, you can punish them by going up several cards. Also, it smooths out your draw, lets you find interaction when you need it, and lets you get some more energy to abuse the sub-game that is blinking Whirler Virtuoso a bunch of times and putting a reasonable board presence there so that they are forced to like interact with that stuff instead of your combo pieces.
So one of the concerns or criticisms of this deck are, well, you have your 4 Felidar Guardians and your 4 Saheeli Rais. Great when you have them together, but when they're individual cards, they don't do a whole lot. Are there other cards you added to the deck to try to make those individual pieces of the puzzle a little bit more powerful when you didn't have the combo?
The combo pieces not being dead on their own was the most important part of my deck building process. Not to the extent that I was going to put a bunch of different colors and like weird cards in my deck just to make it work, but I definitely built with the comes into play synergies in mind. The 2 Oath of Chandra, blink with Felidar Guardian to rebuy a removal spell. Pretty cute, and people probably missed that. A lot of people probably missed that one. We've got 3 Whirler Virtuoso to pressure their Planeswalkers to block. Great with either side of the combo. Better with Felidar Guardian than it is with Saheeli because the Ghost Whirler Virtuoso doesn't do much. But you still get extra energy, make more tokens. Torrential Gearhulk is great because often they leave up spot removal again, and you can punish them by flashing back your powerful instants and sorceries, and then do things like blink Felidar Guardian, or blink Torrential Gearhulk with Felidar Guardian, or minus Saheeli to make a Gearhulk, and then play another Saheeli minus and kill them for like 15 or 20 in one turn. There's a bunch of those patterns happen. So basically, those cards all facilitate that play pattern, and there's also a solo Prophetic Prism, helps hit land drops, and is good to cycle off of both Saheeli and Guardian, so they replace themselves. And yeah, that's basically it. Also, you can blink Ether Hub with Felidar Guardian to get an extra energy. If you cast it with one of your other white lands, and then blink the Ether Hub as you tapped it for colorless mana, you get an extra energy and more lands to interact.
So for the reactive elements in the main deck, I see 4 copies of Harness Lightning, 3 copies of Shocks, 2 copies of Negate. These all seem like cards that are kind of just good on the baseline and also are particularly good in the mirror match. Yeah,
you're able to use your mana well each turn, which is important because sometimes you want to play Saheeli on a stable board, and it doesn't actually impact the board very much, so the fact that you have mana efficiency in your early spells is really important because you're able to get Saheeli into a spot where you're putting them in a tough position. And also, Oath of Chandra helps you untap on an empty board, and the 1 of removal spell is Brutal Expulsion, which is really, really good with Torrential Gearhulk, and also can save your Felidar Guardians in a pinch, and if they have an expensive piece of interaction, is a way to protect your combo, albeit a narrow one.
Cool. So walk me through the sideboard here. Some Radiant Flames, some Spell Quellers, Cloud Blazer, Nahiri, Torrential Gearhulk. How much are you kind of leaving the combo intact when you move to the sideboard games, and how much do you kind of convert into a Jeskai control deck?
Mostly leaving the combo intact, or at least, having 4 to 6 of the pieces still in my deck. Basically, the reason why these cards are in the sideboard and not the main deck, because they're fantastic main deck cards. They work very well with both halves of the combo, and this is the powerful threat that makes them interact with something other than the combo as well. Now, these cards are great in the sideboard, not the main deck, because I worried about the combo being present in other people's decks as well. And there's a threshold when you when the games play out where you can't really tap mana after a certain point. And because of that, I didn't want to have a too high opportunity cost for playing a lot of expensive sorcery speed things in my deck. So in matchups where your opponent doesn't have the combo and they don't have to keep you honest, you just board in all these value things and just grind them into oblivion. And you leave the combo so that you can do it if you know, they try to keep you honest, and if it's just the most efficient way to win the game within the given time frame. So you leave most of the combo in, but you don't need the combo to win post board. You have 3 Hulks, Blazers, Nahiri, sometimes Quellers.
So how's your tournament been going thus far?
We were 4-0, and then we lost 2 in a row. Unfortunately, I lost to Eli Cassis, who's playing like this deck with all this stuff main deck. It's like Oath of Nissas and the blue 3/2 that gets energy and stuff. He just basically grinded me down and then like won the fair game and ultimately like, you know, ruined my resources and was just like, all right, fine, I'll combo you now that you're dead.
Yeah, we caught that one on camera.
And yep. And then I lost to the Mirror. It was basically a consequence of playing around. Made a really aggressive line, should have used this, used Feldar Guardian to brick their negate on blinking my Gear Hulk to get an insurmountable amount of value, and instead I like tried to Essence Flux to get him, make him use his Nahiri minus, and he had negate and got me good. And game 3 he comboed me with more land drops and more interaction. He had disallows and was a little bit more control-y. So I just felt to, you know, a turn slower deck, which is kind of a recipe for success in the mirror match.
So on the balance, are you happy with the deck that you've played? Would you change any cards in a big way or just some light tweaks?
It's really tough. Half the time I want a 26 land, and half the time I'm glad that the 26 land isn't anticipate. It's like a really tough call. Basically, just being ridiculously results oriented, and that's not good. But I'm like, every time this anticipate should be a land, I just get mad or whatever. Right. But I think that it's good. Definitely week 1, so I don't want to be 100% correct. I would like to be, but I just want to be 80% correct when everyone else is 60% correct, if you understand what I'm saying. Definitely I have a good ideological approach, and that's what's important.
Well, thank you for your time, and best of luck to you this weekend.
Yeah, thank you. Hopefully I'll be on camera again.
Yeah, for sure. For Kevin Jones, I'm Patrick Sullivan here at the Sideboard. Make sure to stay tuned for more from the SCG Tour this open weekend in Columbus.